Greetings and welcome to Newsroom TV. I am Makanaka Masenyama. Finance Minister Mthuli Ncube unveils $58.6 billion budget. In sports, England-based international marvelous Nakamba raring to go. Now for the news in detail. Finance Minister Mthuli Ncube has unveiled a $58.6 billion budget, with the Education Ministry receiving the largest chunk of the cake at $8.5 billion. Presenting his budget in Parliament on Thursday, Ncube also raised the tax-free threshold from $700 to $2,000 with effect from 1 January 2020. The Treasury boss also said all civil servants shall receive their 2019 bonuses this November, with the tax-free threshold at $1,000. Minister Ncube also allocated $6.5 billion towards health, $2.2 billion to higher and tertiary education, $3.11 billion towards defense and war veterans. He also introduced targeted subsidies on roller meal, cooking oil, and standard bread to cushion the ordinary man from even rising cost of the staple commodities. Among some of the highlights was the provision of funds towards sanitary wear for pupils doing grade 4 to Form 6. In his 2020 budget, Ncube also said dam construction will be prioritized at a time citizens are struggling with access to water. Ncube's $58.6 billion budget marks the first time in 10 years the Zimbabwean budget has been pegged in local currency, a sign that authorities were not going back to their decision to revert back to the national exchange. MDC MPs boycotted the 2020 budget presentation by the finance minister, later releasing a statement that they were attending a funeral for party activist who died in a recent road accident. The main opposition has been adamant it does not recognize President Emmerson Mnangagwa's leadership, and he has ensured the national leader was not comfortable each time he came to Parliament. Last year, during the same event, police were called into the legislative chamber to drag out the legislators one by one after they had refused to stand up in recognition of the president who had entered the house. The MDC boycott has elicited a strong rebuke from other MPs who felt the opposition MPs were taking their anti-Mnangagwa stand way too far. Independent MP for Norton Temba Mliswa demanded disciplinary action against the defiant lawmakers he described as hypocrites. Mliswa questioned how the MDC could take part in the formulation of bills that are later signed into substantive law by a president whose legitimacy they do not recognize.
I thought they would come, and it talks about the inconsistency because their councillors respect the president and the MPs don't. So what message are they sending? And some of the MPs are young. Their livelihood is now through Parliament. Some of the senior ones have made money already, they've been in Parliament. So it affects the young ones and so forth. It's about time that national interests come first. This institution must be respected. It must not be a political war zone where we settle scores politically in there. No, this is where you settle national interests, not political scores. Outside here, talk about Mnangagwa not being legitimate at a rally. That's your democratic right to say that. But you must also be aware that there's a constitutional court that ruled. The office of the president, and he must be given that respect at the end of the day.
Speaker of Parliament Jacob Mdenda threatened unspecified punishment against the opposition MPs. Warrior star Marvelous Nakamba has declared his readiness to feature for the country's opening 2021 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier against Botswana at the National Sports Stadium this Friday. Nakamba told reporters after his first training session with his teammates that he is relishing the opportunity to represent his country in what will be his first appearance in national colors since the 2019 AFCON finals in Egypt. Meanwhile, the Zimbabwe Revenue Authority reportedly confiscated the Warriors kit for Friday's game against Botswana. The Umbro kit, which was delivered a couple of days ago, was seized at Robert Mugabe International Airport in Harare by Zimbabwe officials over customs duty issues. Reporting for newzimbabwe.com, I am Makanaka Masenyama. For this and more stories, visit our website www.newzimbabwe.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Newzim TV.